Hey. Okay, let's see. Hopefully we can get this up and running. Welcome to the Texas Open 2019 layout overview. Let's see, with the power of the internet, if I can actually see what's going on. Bum bum bum. Can you guys hear me? Who knows? We're on. I'm just going to assume the answer is yes and go for it. So, I plan on making this a quick overview of the Texas layout. I want it to be a case of enough to get you going and enough to make you think about things that you haven't maybe thought about before. So with that in mind, let's just go through the stock shots that we have in Guns Up. So if you've not checked it out, gunsup.com is the go-to for your layouts. So a little snake side corner angle. Nice overview from the start gate. Little D side corner angle. Stereotypical center 50 view from the Dorito side. D side from the other end. Snake on the right. And snake from the other end. So, first thing that stands out is, let me find that overhead view. Oh, in fact, that's a good shot for it. Is the fact that the corners are playable. The corners are playable in the sense of, because they're out wider from the snake and the main Dorito line, you've instantly got down the wire corner to corner shots, which is so crucial for controlling whatever is in front of you. If there's an opposition player in the snake, you can use your snake corner to control it. Same with the Dorito side. Previous layouts haven't offered that all the time. So, you know, the corner's been attainable off the break, but then once you're there, players in front of you are able to get wider from the 20, 30, 40, 50 onwards. So it's a positive step for some players. Back corner players are absolutely going to love this because they can control what's in front of them and allow their front players to capitalize on any moves that are available and, you know, churn out point after point. I think some front players are going to hate this because not only do they have to battle their opposite in the snake or in the Doritos, but they've actually got a bigger threat in their respective corners, and they're real powerful shots. Let's see if we can actually, here we go, almost like I planned it. So D side corner, you can see instantly, bum bum bum, how shootable that outside edge is. Let me see if I can just tweak a few settings. Oh, normal service has been resumed. Bit of sky for you all. Ah. This is the point where the Guns Up guys message me and they're just like, stop making our software look crazy. But it's all good. I just need to learn, stop moving the mouse so much, or push the Q button. Let's go. Bum bum bum. Let's change a bit. Let's make it less reactive. And then let's go in a bit. There we go. Right. So you've made it out to D side corner. What a great shot you have into your opposite, but also to control D1, 2, 3, etc. In fact, D1 is the little one on the inside. D2, 3, and 4 are the three big Doritos on your side of the 50. And then you've got, 5, 6, 7, I guess, with 8 being the opposite small one. So you've got a 6 Dorito lane that in essence is a very similar shot, a very similar wraparound, gives you control of that D side. Let's see, with the magic of the keyboard, what we can see. In fact, let's go for, see if we can get a better shot of, a better view rather, of what you can see when you wrap around. So you're in your back corner. Okay. Ooh. Oh my goodness, I thought I was going to avoid sky, but obviously not. Okay. In your back corner, you got some good inside shots there. So inside shot to the left of the tower, straight back in at the back center, which I think is crucial. Inside shot, apologies for the jerkiness of this, by the way. Inside shot over that center 50 brick to the right hand side tower. I think you're going to catch a lot of people sleeping there. And then, let's see if we can, yeah, we can. Right. Some great little wraparound shots. You can see these areas here. Oh, bum, bum, bum. Oh. There's a point where if I could punch this mouse, I probably would. And if you could punch me, you probably would. So, there we go. That's a better view. So you see you've got the mini wall, you got a shot on the back can, you got a shot on the laydown brick and the big brick on the 40. Pin is a nice little block off because it stops people getting out, it allows players rather to get out of that back can and move forward. Let's check in on on the snake side. You'd think that I'd actually mastered these keys by now, but oh no. Okay. I'm going. Okay. Ba-dum-bum-bum. We're going to do it the hard way then. Okay. Snake's Head corner. Pretty similar affair. Let's just get a bit of height up here so that you guys can get a better appreciation. Dee-dee-dee. Okay, there we go. So snake side corner has a real nice line wide. In that, you can control every single knuckle of the snake if you choose to move out wide. And one of my favourite kind of shots on this layout is probably best described as a bit of a creep shot. And just edging back here diagonally from the bunker, I'm trying to get it to show you a better angle. As far back as it'll let me go. So coming diagonally out, you can enhance the angle into these snake knuckles. Yes, there's a risk. Obviously, you're a more shootable target for the guys in the brick. You're a more shootable target for your opposite. But this is one of those where if you know there's a threat in the snake, you've killed your opposite, or you know they're shooting inside, can you take a quick two-step out to the wire, shoot in and get that superior angle just to... Often you'll clip a snake guy on his feet or, lower body when they're concentrated shooting inside and not really mindful of paint coming into pack, leg, foot area. Powerful during the game, probably also a really neat option early on. Off the break, let's have a little look. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. I'm just trying to get something. That's what I want. Okay. Off the break, super easy to get to. Tall cake. I think tall cake and back center are going to, or home, are going to be taken off the bat. I imagine D side corner is going to be utilized more than snake side corner. And what I'm looking at is just that cluster of bunkers on the 10-yard line, 10 to 20-yard line, going D side. You've got the tall cake on the 10-yard line, you know, just off to the right. You've got the little temple on the 20-yard line, and then you've got the mini Dorito just inside the 30 line. All of that are paintball blockers for anybody trying to get to that corner. So I'd imagine that D side corner will be more utilized than snake corner, because snake corner is on a bit of an island. It almost looks as though D side was designed first, and then they filled in the remaining bunkers on snake side, and there wasn't quite enough to put anything cool on the 20, the 30, and the 40 on the snake side. And it's kind of like, if you're going big, you're going big on snake side. Snake side's where the runners are going to be. I think D side is far more methodical. Will players break to the snake? Yeah, they will, because there's enough on the 50s to allow them to get in there. And I think, you know, that's all you actually need. All you need is that one window to make it. And anybody who's played for, you know, any period of time has an appreciation of how difficult it is to shoot somebody actually, you know, at full speed running in. Now, full speed is tough. Full speed upright is tough because you have a moving target. Full speed running kind of hunched, low, semi-dive into the snake, and realistically with the momentum and the speed that these guys have, you can dive just after the can and make it in alive. That's going to be super tough. But, you know, this is the challenge. Where do you set up best to try and shoot that guy? And I think you're going to see there's a dead zone to the left of the start gate as we're looking at it, before you get to the tall tower. It's on the, if you look at the grid where the 50 line is and the 10 line, anybody who's gutsy enough to stand there has a semi-okay shot over the angle of those center blocks between the 40 and 50 yard line. So just by the U of Truternology, straight over that into a corresponding kind of dead zone to the left of the opponent's tower and the left of the can on the way, and the right of the can on the way to the snake. That's your initial shot. If they make it through that lane, you can then switch to the left of the brick on the 50-yard line and get them on the way into snake one. Now this has to be a very premeditated, I'm shooting lane one, then I'm switching to lane two, because you do not have the luxury of seeing them make it through or not. You have to assume they've made it through the first lane and shoot them twice. So, you know, you've got to shoot them first. You've got to have the mentality, I'm going to kill you early and I'm going to kill you late, because I don't know if the ball early will break or will hit, in essence. So you've got to, mentally, you've got to assume it will, but physically you've got to do both to make sure, if that makes sense. And once you're in the snake, you got some killer shots to come out with. Let's get you in there. Okay, so you make it into snake one. For me, that was quite a seamless transition into snake one. Okay, into snake one, on the inside, biggest danger you have is the big block on the 50. you also have the back center. Now, when I say the biggest danger, the hardest bunker to predict where they are is going to be that big block. You can practically guarantee there'll be someone back center trying to dominate and control you. So from that aspect, well, I'm going to get my signature bit of sky in for you guys. There we go. There. Oh, come on. So from that aspect, let's see, there we go. You can see, let's get back into that snake one. Okay. You can see both sides of the can. You've also got, oops, you've also got a decent view of the right hand side of the big brick. You're kind of obscured by the pin from anything. Just trying to angle this around so you guys get a better appreciation of it. Okay, so let's go back to snake one. You're obscured slightly from everything that's further left, further infield, but you got enough to work with. Can we get this shot? Okay, so there's a little window there, a little window between that pin and the brick, and that's where the danger's going to be. You know, that's where that little sleeper's going to be. Can we see the edge of that, or the edge of that little mini wind bunker? Yes, we can. There we go, that's the shot. Now, that's the shot where, slightly dependent on field layout, will it physically be the same as the layout is digitally? You'll have to check that wherever you're practicing, wherever you're playing. There's a chance though, and if it is, that's a great shot that's on. Let's get you down into snake 2. Snake 2... all giddy. So snake 2 is actually a lot safer in the sense of you have a lot less people further across field who can shoot you until they, you know, take a big bite out of the Doritos. You can see D4 way across there, just over the second brick to the left. It's the short shots that are the danger, the kind of the central wedge and the central brick. And the rear brick probably has, let me see if I can just get a decent little glimpse. Let's see if we back up slightly, or ooh, too much. I think did we jump up? I think we did. That's actually a decent glimpse of it though, in that. Okay. Back down there. Again, apologies for my amateurish control of guns up. It's pretty sweet that the software is far superior to me controlling it. Far superior. There we go. Okay. Oh, we've got a heavy breather in the snake. Okay, I'm trying to give you a minute look at this. So you don't have a great shot on that rear brick until you get past the 50 on the snake. Now, if you're gutsy enough to go past the 50, oh, okay, let me try and stop the seasickiness. Okay, I can work with that. If you're gutsy enough to go past the 50, this is what you're rewarded with. Palm trees. Okay, so at this point you're just past the pin and you're not yet into snake 3. You got plain sight of the full brick, nobody can escape, and you got a great view of these wedges. That's the D4, so the third big Dorito, way across field. You can also see D2, the first big Dorito, in line, just behind the line of that wedge. And again, you know, it's great cross-field control. What a lot of players do in this situation, when they get past the 50, they're so eager to get a kill that they almost sprint before they can run. Everything's there on a plate. There's just times when you've got to be patient. There's times when you got to appreciate that they're going to expect you to come past the 50, especially if you've done it in a prior point in that match. So instead of instantly coming up at snake 3, regardless of if, well, especially if it's worked instantly before, maybe you just want to take a breath. Can you go to snake 4 and actually put them in a position where they just cannot survive? Because in snake 3, you can see the brick has nowhere to go, and that's a trade out at worst, to my mind. To my mind, the wedge could live. They could tuck in. D4 could live. D2 could live. D3 can't get shot from you at this moment in time. You know, the tower could live. All of them could just flip it round so that they can live from you. So what can you do to kind of guarantee that you're going to kill them? Because that really is the name of the game, and that's where, you know, the Goldmans, the Keith Browns, the Archies, you know, the Spickers, etc., really set themselves apart. So if you make it up to snake 4, you got a real clean shot of wedge, mini wall, D3. Now you can also, you're past the brick, so there's a really good chance that the brick isn't looking at you. You got a shot on both bricks now as well, which, you know, that's gold dust on this layout. And if you back up off snake 4, look at those crossfield shots. I mean, you can literally have a field day. With the luxury of having a snake corner, you have a snake corner that is wider than the outside of the snake. You have the luxury of Overwatch, in the sense that if the can wants to come and bunker you, if the back center wants to come and bunker you, if the tower wants to come and bunker you, or the other corner wants to come and bunker you, you have someone who can shoot them without shooting you, because their lane is outside you. Same on the D side. You've got, you know, this is a real luxury. This is, I think we'll see teams break to the corners. Let's see if we can get a quick overview. In fact, what was it? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, we will see teams breaking to the corners so that they can get the wide shots. I think we'll get corner players bumping into the D2 and forward, bumping into the snake and forward, especially if it is almost set the scene to become a race to the corners to kill your mirror and then get into what's in front of you. So imagine snake side, each team breaks to the corner. It's the player that gets there first and eliminates their opposition that then takes a snake, and then the team back fills the corner role to give them control. I don't think we'll see big snake risks off the bat initially. I think you will see some, but they're not going to be as predictable as on previous layouts. I think we'll see D-side attacks, and I think we'll see central attacks. What's great about this center is it has the potential for players to just be so maneuverable. You can break to that wedge in the center, literally on the center 50, and just control the snake side. You know, you got a great shot from there to actually, in fact, let's get in there. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, let's navigate our way to the center wedge with as little sky as we possibly can. It's my goal. Okay. Actually, that was okay. I'm fully confident I can mess this up though. Okay. So these central wedges, and I'm just calling them wedges because of the angle on one side, give you the luxury of biting off as much as you want to chew. If you get overzealous and you try a wrap shot on, you know, a bunker too far in, then you leave yourselves open to 1, 2, 3, 4 wider bunkers who can shoot you. So this is for a lot of players, this is going to be a suck it and see. I think this is where most of the trial and error comes out. I think in practice, a lot of teams are familiar with how to play D side. A lot of teams are familiar with how to play snake side. It's not like the shape of the bunkers in the snake ever really changed that much. Occasionally you'll get a stand up. You know, occasionally there'll be gaps between knuckles, and you know it's kind of a bit more leapfroggy. But the reality is, it's pretty predictable. D side even more so, because it's really just the size, the actual mechanics of getting around a Dorito, moving to the next one, or getting into the Doritos, snap shooting from the Doritos, all stays pretty similar. Where the big money practice plays come in for me is this central area. This is the one where, you know, the Bargers, the Rainy Stanzecs, the Nick Lavals, they go to work here. And it really is a case of, you know, there's so much for them. They're all capable of breaking to the 50. Will they every point? No. You know, they have so many options. They can stop at, you know, 1 of 6 bunkers on the way to the 50, which is hugely important. Let me just see if I can, you know, yes, there are lanes going through, but all of these guys are smart enough. Let's just back up from this a little bit. All of these guys are smart enough just to kind of appreciate, right, I can't stand there when I'm trying to do this move, or whatever that may be. See if I can get some height on this to give you a better view. So yeah, you've got shooting lanes between these wedges. You got shooting lanes to the can. I mean, that back center is huge. I mean, I love the fact that you can control so much centrally over the edge of those wedges on both sides. This would also be a super interesting layout if they turned the wedges the other way, because it would really force everybody to go out. I think, you know, we'll see variations like that in the future from the NXL, I'm sure. So when you're watching this video, comment below what you tried in practice. I want to know, you know, what worked, what didn't work. Where are you playing as well? Where are you practicing this weekend? Let's get some good dialogue going and discussion. I think, you know, am I right in thinking that this is a layout that's ruled by the corners? Am I right in saying that the D side is stronger than the snake side on this one? You know, I would absolutely love to hear your feedback. Feel free to share the heck out of this video. If you've not subscribed to the channel, subscribe, and let's get up to date, and, you know, stay tuned for more and more content. Best of luck anybody playing this layout this weekend, and let me know your thoughts, let me know your feedback, and I look forward to hearing from you all soon. Take it easy.